little wrap up of today, basically.
Well, today I think we've seen the complete chain, at least at the logistical level, from the warehousing of the food in the regional center for emergency response that WFP handles here in the airport of San Salvador, all the way down to our contacts with intermediary counterparts such as Oxfam America, and local organizations such as Fundesa, which provide us with the necessary proximity to the communities which we assisted today. Thanks to this chain of organizations, we were able to identify and then reach a community that has been particularly affected by the recent events.
Can you again to say thanks to thanks to this chain?
Yeah.
So I'll definitely use that part.
Okay.
So thanks to this chain,
thanks to this chain of organizations, we have been able to attend. Sorry, start again.
Thanks to this chain.
Thanks to this chain of organizations, we have been able to first identify and then attend in the course of the day 3 communities that have been isolated for the last 2 weeks since the events of the rains that took place since the 11th of October.
Okay, nearly there. So tell us about this region and how it's not that common for donors and how it all relates to the surf.
Well, as a middle-income country, El Salvador is not a first-rate recipient of international assistance. However, in the framework of responses to emergencies, especially when these are supported by the government in terms of a call for international aid, it is justified to some extent that some donors redirect some of their resources to attend the needs of affected populations even in these sorts of countries. For example, right now WFP had the necessary resources to attend this community with the fortified biscuits we saw today. Thanks to surf funding, we will have the necessary resources to follow through that activity with a general food distribution, a dry ration composed by several commodities. However, we require further donations in order to be able to engage in early recovery activities such as food for work, food for training activities that will truly contribute to the recovery of these communities in the medium, longer term.
How important is that?
Well, it's important in the sense that if we didn't do it, we would leave this job half done. We would only be responding to their immediate needs, but we wouldn't be resolving their medium-term needs of engaging in a recovery process. Those require a little bit of a longer and more sustained presence from organizations such as the one that participated today in this activity.
Can you describe very quickly, and this is the last question, the atmosphere in the community today and how you were well received?
It's a moment of joy, even following the drama that the events that were caused by Tropical Depression 12E and the ensuing rains. Even after those dramatic events for many of these families who lost their harvest, their animals, some vital assets, just the idea of being in contact with organizations that are conscious of their needs and that to some extent respond to these, I believe to some extent acts as a comfort for them. They know that they're not necessarily alone and that there is an intent of assisting them and overcoming this difficult moment. And in that spirit, I think we were always received fairly positively with smiles. Even when we don't return, after a while, when we go back, there's always a feeling of gratitude, and that is one of the things that makes this job one which impacts your heart.
Perfect, thank you. That's terrific. Thank you.